none of us at that time really knew how to rap. You know what I mean? So it's like, you make beats and then you want to hit people. It's like, I don't know if I want to hear that no more. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, let me try to put my hand at this. And of course, it wasn't the best, but I actually started to enjoy it. Again, just a creative mind and want to create is what got me into it.
Okay.
So again, it wasn't the best, but it's a progression.
It's a progression.
It's a progression.
You got to start from somewhere.
Exactly.
Life starts from some place. Now, who were some of your influences in rapping?
Influences.
Whether it was secular or gospel.
Well, again, Transformation Crusade, I won't say they influenced me of how to rap, but they were the first kind of, I guess, hip-hop influence that I heard on a gospel track. But outside of that, it was definitely, in that time, 90s, it was Nas, it was your Biggies, your Jay-Z, and also, I guess, a big turning point for me with switching lyrically to glorifying God with my lyrics was a guy named Israel the Warrior, who was actually, I think, from Portsmouth, and we went to a concert and heard him.
Okay.
A lot of people, some people may know about him, but yeah, he was old school.
Okay.
90s hip hop guy. So yeah.
So now we're gonna, for those who may be asking or even thinking in their head, now he ain't said nothing about being saved or his salvation. We're gonna get to that, people. All right. I got this. Let me drop.
Sorry, are the Stones coming through the radio right now?
I felt it in the spirit. I felt it. He ain't said, but having those influences, man, how weighty were they? How weighty were? Because and the reason why I asked this is because I remember whenever before pre-Christ, I was all about some Ice Cube. I mean, I could sit there and run down Steady Mobbing, I Want to Kill Sam, and dude, that was me. And when it came to the East Coast West Coast battle, of course, I kind of went to West Coast with Tupac.
I got you.
But then I'm coming right back over with the Tribe Called Quest and the Jungle Brothers and all of that.
I got you.
So that was all of my pre-Christ. I was just inundated with hip hop, and so whenever I got saved, I can't say that all that left me right there. It didn't. I'm being honest. It didn't. So I found myself in the struggle, as I see a lot of people do, because of course those lyrics that the groups that I named, they weren't talking Jesus, and they weren't Steady Mobbing. They had this, today was a good day. That was almost positive. So, but yet still, I can see in my actions pre-Christ that the music that I was listening to influenced me a lot.
Right.
Now I wasn't a game banger. I didn't go out and just do some foolishness, but still it was an influence.
Right.
So in saying that, do you see even some of those elements or those influences still in your music today, or have you just completely cut it and you're doing what you feel God has placed on your heart?
I mean, I think you're lying if you say anything you've experienced hasn't influenced you in some way. And I mean, some more than others.
Right.
But, and even, I guess, I don't know if you're coming from a standpoint of feeling bad that certain secular things influence you. But for a singer to say they've been influenced by Michael Jackson, I don't see that as a bad thing, even if you're a gospel singer.
Okay.
The dude is talented, period. God gave him that talent.
Right.
And for you to act as if you can ignore that is kind of like, get over yourself in a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I guess from a lyrical standpoint in hip hop, yes, I mean I'm influenced by it, and even today I'm influenced by it. But again, I think it's to different degrees, and what that influence is all about. To where am I trying to rap about the same thing secular hip hop? No, I'm not. And I mean, I think it's really just a thing of, okay, I have this skill, which is in this talent of rap, and what comes through my lyrics is what I'm about.
Right.
I'm not about gangbanging. I'm not about selling drugs or whatever. So it's a no-brainer that it's not coming out.
Yeah,
that's.
But I mean, I think you hit it on the head, Dae Lee, when you said that if you see a talent like that of a Michael Jackson, and just using him, the gift came from God.
Right.
Every good and perfect gift comes from the Father.
Exactly.
So, but what people do with that gift, that's on them.
Yeah, exactly.
So you cannot deny that the dude can rip it.
Exactly.
Hey, be real, people. Beyonce can sing. The girl can sing.
And it's funny. I think when I say funny, in a sad way, when we try to ignore or play as if we can ignore the talents of a lot of very talented secular artists. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, Michael Jackson or Beyonce. Again, the gift giver is God.
Right.
How we utilize those talents, you know what I mean? Even if you want to put it in biblically, the parable of the talents.
Right.
How did they use what they were given? And it's the same thing with whether singing or rapping. How are you using that? Are you using it to glorify God or what have you?
Right.
Who gave it to you doesn't change. You know what I mean?
It doesn't. You're right.
And the talent itself doesn't change.
Exactly.
So that's how I choose to look at it.
Sweet. Now, how far do you see yourself going into this, man? How far do you see yourself going with producing, with being an artist, with all that you're doing?
Really, as far as God wants to take it, man. I wouldn't say I struggle with setting or having expectation. You know what I mean? I expect and I want to be here.
Right.
Really, it's the thing of submit to God, to where, Lord, you gave it to me, where you want to take it is where you want to take it. I mean, it's definitely my role to be faithful with it and put my hand to the plow, invest in my talent, you know, and things of that nature. But where he stops it is where he stops it, and I mean, I'm not mad with where he takes it or where he doesn't take it. But yeah, that's simply what I hope.
So wherever you want to take it, that's what you're riding.
Yeah.
You're riding that wave.
And I'm content with that. You know what I mean? I definitely want to see great things happen. But if I happen to now, again, being married and having a child now, you know, if that becomes and which it is my focus, but if it comes to a place where to do this well, I can't do the music,
right,
I'm fine with that. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Because I care much more for my family than I do for the music.
That sounds good, man. Well, you know what? Speaking of family, when we come back, we're going to talk about the private life of Dae Lee. Yeah, we're going to get up in his milk and Kool-Aid now, y'all. We talked about the artist, the professionalism of what he's doing. We got to find out about baby girl, about the wifey, and all of that. So I'm going to even give you guys a little bit of a taste of something that I'm sure he wrote this to his wife.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and tell us about this one.
First love, man. This is just the balance of, I got a young lady here, also got my relationship with God. How do I properly balance that, simply stated?
All right, single people, listen up to it. Check your boy out, Dae Lee. Keep it connected on WordNet. Okay, this one is 2 minutes. I'm probably gonna run meditate behind it. Since I only gotta do about 4, and then that way I can get the other one in.